everyone, my name is Kimberly Tibbetts and I'm the Assistant Director at Global Links Learning Abroad. I'm really excited to have the University of Queensland here and Stephen Lewin here to kind of talk about the University of Queensland and what to expect. The point of this webinar is to really get students an idea of everything about the University of Queensland. So this is not academic specific, but more of a background and kind of give you some reasons and excitement around the University of Queensland and why you should think about accepting your offer. So many of the students attending this webinar have either applied, are still waiting to hear back, or they also may have already received an offer. So welcome everyone, and welcome Stephen.
Hi, thanks Kim, and thank you very much for organising today's webcast. This will give you an opportunity to learn a little bit more, as Kim said, about the University of Queensland, some of the key reasons why North American students want to study at the university, some of the services, facilities, and a chance to chat with Archer, a North American student here who is representing the North American Student Association, and he'll be talking to you also about life on campus and some of the other considerations outside of the four walls of learning.
Right. So before we hand it over to the University of Queensland, I wanted to everyone pretty much knows who we are. Like I said, many of you have already started applications or you've already gone through the application process. But Global Links has been around for over 25 years so we've been around for over 25 years. We've been appointed by universities just like the University of Queensland to assist students through this process. So this process not only includes your application, but helping you apply for your visa, helping you through your financial aid details, and also make sure that you're ready to spend the next 1 to 5 years of your life in Australia. So one of the benefits that Global Links Learning Abroad offers students, and this is definitely something that we encourage all of our students to take advantage of, is our Bridging Cultures Orientation Program. So you'll actually be able to sign up for this directly through your MyLearn account once you receive an offer. So this Bridging Cultures Orientation Program will take place in Australia, up in Cairns, Australia, which is about a 2-hour plane ride north of Brisbane on the Great Barrier Reef. So in addition to getting to explore the country a little bit more, we're going to go through orientation sessions that are going to help you adapt to your new country, help you get settled, but then at the same time also allow you to meet a handful of other students, most of whom will be attending the University of Queensland. So you can sign up. This opportunity is for free. And as long as you've applied directly through Global Links. So a pretty great opportunity. So any questions, you guys are always welcome to come to me. We're here to help you. So let's get over to our main event, and let's have Stephen take it over so we can learn a little bit more about the University of Queensland. And I'm going to turn off my webcam and hand it over to Stephen. Thanks, everyone. Oh, and just so everyone knows, we will do a question and answer session at the end of the presentation. So definitely keep your questions in mind and write them down. Okay, we'll see you in a bit. Okay, all yours, Stephen.
Wonderful, thank you again. As I mentioned, this will give you an opportunity to learn a little bit more of why students, North American students, want to come to the University of Queensland, and a chance to ask some questions and for us to answer some of the questions you still may have about studying at UQ. One of the key reasons North Americans like coming to the University of Queensland is our location. We are located in and around Brisbane only, so you can't study at UQ anywhere else in the world or in any other state in Australia. The main campus is in Brisbane, and we have several campuses surrounding Brisbane. Queensland has a rich history in agriculture, mineral resources and tourism, and in total the state of Queensland has around 4 million people and around just over 2 million people are located in and around Brisbane. In Australia, you may know that we've got around 22, 23 million, which is approximately one person for every 2 kangaroos. That is a joke, but I hope you're laughing. Brisbane is a very cosmopolitan city, and everything you'd expect to find in a capital city you'll find in Brisbane. However, with only 2 million people, it's got a very friendly atmosphere, and some people think that it's got the atmosphere of a large country town, though it is a very modern, cosmopolitan, it's got a cafe society, there's a lot of arts, entertainment precincts, malls. We've even got a beach right in the city centre for people to enjoy. We've got excellent weather. It's a subtropical climate with an average summer temperature around 29 degrees, and during the winter the average daytime temperature is 21 degrees Celsius, and around 300 days of sunshine a year. So it's a very active city and very interested in sport. This is a picture of the main campus where we're located here this morning at St. Lucia. I guess it's around 6 or so kilometres as the crow flies to the city centre or the downtown area. It's a very beautiful campus, a green campus, and it's widely known as being one of the most beautiful university campuses in Australia. I would say around 70% of all students at UQ are studying at the St. Lucia campus. In total, we have around 46,000 students at the university, and approximately 12,000 of those students are considered international. Just to the west of the St. Lucia campus, we've got the Ipswich campus, where some of our medical students start their time at UQ, as well as nursing students, paramedical sciences out there, and some of our business students. A little further west is the Gatton campus, the home of our agricultural sciences. It's a beautiful campus. It's not very highly populated by UQ students. It houses most of our agricultural programs, our veterinary science. It's got a small and large animal hospital out there, and it's on around just over 1,000 hectares of land, and has some beautiful Queensland architecture, as you can see in that picture there. And then you've got the Hurston campus, which is much closer to the city. It's on the grounds of the 3 largest hospital systems in Brisbane. We've got the Children's Hospital, the Royal Brisbane Hospital, and the Royal Women's Hospital. Here is the home of the Faculty of Health Sciences, and the building you're looking at is the School of Medicine. And just off camera to the bottom of the picture is the brand new oral health building, which will allow the dental students coming in next year the latest facilities available in dentistry science. Getting around Brisbane is very easy. The public transport is excellent, and international students are eligible for a concession as a student, so which is a great value. So you just get a Go card. It's attached to your credit card. You just tap on and tap off whenever you are travelling around, whether it be by public buses, trains. You can even catch the CityCat to the St. Lucia campus. Getting to and from the campus and going around Brisbane is very easy. I guess it's around 60 minutes travelling to the Gold Coast from St. Lucia, or probably just over an hour to get to the Sunshine Coast, or around 10 minutes to get to the downtown. It's about 20 minutes travelling from St. Lucia to Hurston, just over an hour to Gatton from here, and around 30 to 40 minutes to the Ipswich campus. Some of your studies may not just be here. We've got dozens of units and learning spaces around Brisbane and Queensland, such as the UQ Business School, which is in the downtown area. We've got a beautiful marine research station at Heron Island, which is just the foot of the Great Barrier Reef. And here on campus we've got UQ's Institute of Continuing and TESOL Education. So certainly our location and our campuses are reasons why students want to come to us. For many students though, the reasons to come to UQ is because of our ranking. UQ is ranked in the top 100 universities in the world, regardless of which major global university ranking system is used. We're in the top 100 of the ARWU ranking system, the top 75 of the Times Higher Education, the top 50 of the QS World University Rankings, and the top 15 in the Asia Pacific region. We have 5-star plus rating from the QS World Universities, which ranks the university on some different facilities such as employability, teaching, internationalization, etc. We have excellent research, and we are one of the more research-intensive universities of Australia, and have more specialized fields of research in the well above world standard descriptor than any other Australian university. We are also a member of the Group of 8, and is one of only 3 Australian universities part of Universitas 21, allowing students the chance to develop those links within this membership. Our teachers are inspirational. They try to make the most of the time that you have in the classroom by getting you outside of the classroom. So your learning spaces are not just within 4 walls. Our teachers have won more teaching citations than any other university in Australia. Another reason why students want to study with us is because of our high graduate outcomes. UQ is ranked 51st for graduate employability, and with an employment rate of 6.7% higher than the national average. This gives students the unique opportunity to learn from a research-intensive university, but with also including internships, a chance to do action research outside of the university walls, and get a chance to get some professional exposure. We offer 370 programs at UQ and more than 4,000 courses altogether in specialist areas such as agriculture, animal and food science, business, economics, law and tourism, engineering, architecture and information technology, environmental management, humanities and education, Indigenous studies, science, geography and planning, social science and communication, and sports sciences and health. To extend your time and as a value add to staying at UQ, we try to create an environment where students can expand themselves and get more out of their time here by providing a unique UQ Advantage Award. So by participating in a variety of activities, whether they be related to global and cultural engagement, research and entrepreneurship, research responsibility and leadership, we will give you an award if you participate in enough of these activities. It could be related to volunteering, joining a symposium series, and extending your time, allowing you to compete more and to get more out of your time while you're here in Australia. We provide this not only for our coursework students in undergraduate degrees or postgraduate master degrees, but also for research students, a chance to take on an opportunity to learn and develop what is the next step after I have my PhD. So it gives students a chance to find a pathway, whether it be in higher education practice and leadership, research innovation and translation or commercialization, or in global collaborations. For undergraduate students who want to get a taste of what research at UQ is like, we offer scholarships to join our summer research program. This is the Australian summer from November through to January, and it gives students interested in research a chance to gain research experience with some of the top researchers in Australia and the world and academics. It's available in most disciplines, and students receive funding towards their travel and a weekly stipend. This is also available to students in our postgraduate coursework who want to stay on a little bit further after the second semester. We have some excellent facilities on campus. We've got Queensland's largest research library, for example. We've got Australia's largest solar power system. We've got wonderful buildings and learning spaces such as the Pharmacy Australia Centre of Excellence and Australia's most comprehensive veterinary science complex. We have learning spaces that are specific to areas of study and to levels of study, such as the first year engineering learning centre, and wonderful modern facilities such as the UQ Advanced Concept teaching space. We help you as much as we can in your lead up to starting at the university. Orientation is very important, and there's a direct link to starting late and failure. So it's important that you do come a little bit early when you're thinking of starting at UQ. We've got a Jumpstart academic preparation program, getting started sessions to learn more about life on campus, academic needs, meeting your academic advisor, learning about where to stay, etc. We've got compulsory orientation sessions in the first week, and we call that O week for orientation week. In the middle of the week, you'll get a chance to learn about what sort of social activities you can join with their student associations and cultural clubs during market day. And for those students who have a non-English speaking background, we also offer at no extra charge an English for Academic Communication program, which is a part-time English program. We've got not just a massive research library on campus, but actually 14 branches of libraries around our various campuses, which making it the largest in Queensland. We've got a wonderful student centre that provides all sorts of support for international students as well as all students, whether coming from international or domestic. We've got fantastic computer assistance, which is 24/7, and a very vibrant UQ union that is well funded to provide opportunities for our students. And I think as we go into the next slide of talking about student life, I'd now like to hand over to Archer, who's here on behalf of North America and the North American Student Association. Over to you, Archer.
Thank you, Stephen. Like you said, my name is Archer, and I'm a North American student who is here representing the North American Student Association. There we go. All right. So this is the club. This is the student representation on the University of Queensland. We like to hold events, bring students together, just give you like a home feeling really when you come here, just as a student support background so you can affiliate with some of your friends. This isn't to like say don't go out and feel with the Australian experience, but from here you can get together and have cultural experiences, making good friends, having good times, making connections, launching other learning and teaching and learning and relating your North American background and heritage and just who you represent, because you don't want to come here and break the stereotypes, McDonald's Americans. You want to come here and expose yourself as all the different regional representation that you can be from the North American continent. The New England, South America, Midwest, East Coast, West Coast. We want a fair representation. So this is James Hudson, and as you can see, he's wearing the UQ Union shirt, which I am also wearing. So the way the clubs and societies work here is there's an overarching union that you can also choose to be a part of. Every year we have a voting session, and you vote for different political parties that run the union. And the union is an overarching student body that determines facilities that are here available to you anytime, being from the cafeteria, the food, we have Subway, the Lolly Shop, Refect Cafeterias. There's many restaurants and student services available to you on campus that are at a discounted rate because you're part of this UQ community and atmosphere and make you feel part of here. So when you come here as a North American student or as an international student at all, your voice can be heard throughout the body and student union, not only through the social club of North American Student Society, but just as an individual, as a student yourself. And it's important that you act within that, you use that American given right of having your voice heard. Here you can determine how that ripple effect and the student union right, student fees that you pay when you come here as an international student go towards your benefit. Again, this is the social aspect. So this is like your fun, getting to know the cultural exchange wing of the program that you can be a part of here. It's called North American Student Association. When you first come here, it can be kind of intimidating. UQ will give you a great service. They'll pick you up from the airport and take you to your accommodation that you had set up that you arranged through here, through either one of the facilities they provide, through the student services, or through just general background. When I came here, I just knew I had to find accommodation, and I set up myself at a hostel. If you've never traveled outside the U.S., this hostel concept is a discounted rate where you usually stay with other backpacking youths, and it's a little cheaper than a hotel, but it provides for that immediate immersion into Australian culture, I would say. You immediately get to meet a few people who are also here. Sometimes they're from an international background, but mostly they're traveling Australians, I'd say, for the majority. And from then you can get like a wing into the city and have somewhat of a local who knows the background and where to go and exchange and just get a general layout of the city. I found this was really beneficial when speaking to other North American students who had come here before and just stayed at a hotel and not had that exposure. It was much more difficult for them to break into the cultural aspect. And here at NASA, we will steer you in that direction. So if you become part of the North American Student Association, we provide support elements. You can chat to us, call us up, emails. The Facebook page is always open for questionnaires and stuff. People have called us up and said, I'm paying too much rent at this place, and we'll steer them to a more socioeconomically viable area for them to live in within Brisbane. It's an amazing background in Brisbane, the backdrop. So it can be quite overwhelming when you come here, and just the support and organization that the NASA can give you just before you even get to campus is also a viable step that I would highlight. So this is just a few pictures, and this is what we do on the cultural aspect once uni has started. So there's a meet and greet. Last year it was just a beer pong competition, and an iPhone was given away for the top competition, for the top marks. But this combines here. As you can see, we have Australians and Americans just having that cultural exchange. Beer pong wasn't really a big thing when we first came here. But at that part of that cultural exchange, you can see people just engaging and having fun and playing a new sport. The winning team was an Australian team who had never played beer pong before, and after that, many new friends and were made across the elements that wouldn't have meant doing anything else, I would think. So we also provide a Game of Thrones night, a Walking Dead night, but this isn't limited to it. We take a vote within NASA each semester, and the new students, because there's always an influx of freshman students, we all put it towards it. And there's movie nights that are just get people together, and we get an exchange of Australian movies. North American students usually vote hard, for the most popular movies out there or shows that are being produced. For Walking Dead and Game of Thrones, and that tends to be the overarching movie. But together, just getting kids together, having events, and meeting up. So there's fundraising events and delicious BBQs available on campus. Different clubs and societies have different ways of fundraising. So whether it's through a cultural exchange and museum run, selling tickets for all these cultural events, you can also choose to set up on campus and sell sausages, hold cultural events such as backgrounds, the Pakistani Club called a Punjabi event. We just recently held our cultural festival event as well, where all the clubs put up stalls and sold food from their background. So Pakistani was not Pakistani food, India. You get my drift. It was quite an awesome experience to have everyone on campus selling food. It provided for a great show, good atmosphere, and a great cultural exchange. And this is just a common overarching theme during student life here. Different clubs in NASA itself provide these amazing trips to some of the most amazing places within Australia that you wouldn't find if you didn't actively engage in cultural clubs such as these. A good proportion of the students I've met who joined NASA late haven't branched out. It can be intimidating, like you said, even though it's so easy to get to the Gold Coast within an hour of this amazing public transportation they provide. You just don't hear of these places unless you go to such as these places, Backpackers and North American Student Association. Just a mind-blowing Australian background. So just a review of what NASA does. They have the welcome drinks, the fundraiser, BBQs, TV show screenings, pizza nights, and just amazing trip and an amazing support. Are there any questions? Okay. If you want to ask questions, you can always ask questions on the Facebook page. And again, the support that they provide is just amazing.
Great, thanks so much, Archer. So if anybody has, so we'll kind of do a little segment right here, and we'll, if anyone has any questions specifically about NASA or just kind of arriving onto campus, I'm sure, or just kind of some student perspective questions, I'm sure we'd be able to answer them real quick. So please go ahead and type in any questions that you have in your question box, and we'll go from there. Okay. Doesn't look like we have any questions. So let's, Stephen, do you want to move forward with the new slides?
Please go ahead.
Great.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Okay, thanks. You've got a lot of accommodation choices when you come to UQ, and some of the students I've spoken to, it was the most stressful part of accepting their offer and deciding to come to Australia. We try to take that stress away from you and help you. As Archer mentioned, a lot of students, and I think it's a good idea, to plan 3 weeks or so before the program starts and select one of the short-term accommodation options that UQ offers on its website. We don't book it for you, but we've got a list of preferred providers, if you like, companies that we know and trust that you can book for a very short-term budget accommodation, hostel living, and that gives you a chance to base yourself and spend the next week or two looking for more permanent accommodation. We provide workshops here on campus, and I would encourage you to use the support of NASA by logging into their Facebook page and asking students before you arrive here on where they stay, what suburbs are good, what sort of cost can they expect, are they looking for any shared flatmates, and trying to arrange something before you arrive. So you can either stay on campus, and a lot of students do. We've only got around 2,500 rooms in 10 colleges that surround the main campus here at St. Lucia. The more popular, though, is living off campus in rental accommodation or in housing. You'll need to take into consideration the cost of your accommodation separately from your tuition fee. While your tuition fee could be from around $21,000 for some of the arts programs, humanities courses, up to almost $60,000 for some of the health science program. In addition to that, you need to consider your living costs, and as a rule of thumb, it's a good idea to budget around 20 to 24,000 Australian dollars per year to help you set up your accommodation, transport, meals, your bills, photocopying, textbooks, and a little bit of dancing money. Not too much dancing, but a little bit of entertainment there. 20 to 24, around $2,000 a month should cover those additional expenses. While as an international student you can work in Australia on a part-time basis, no more than 40 hours per 2-week period, that won't give you enough money to support yourself. It'll certainly add to your dancing pocket money, but not to your living expenses. Some dates for you to consider. We are currently in semester 1, and this semester will end on the 28th of June. We'll then have a winter break until the 21st of July when orientation starts. So that the semester will start in reality on 28th July through to the 22nd of November. Then our summer session starts. Some programs do offer summer, some do not. But it is an opportunity to either get out of Brisbane, go across to New Zealand, have a look at Bali, use Brisbane as a regional base if you like. Or for others who want to try to get some undergraduate research experience, they could join our summer research program. Summer break or the semester starts from the 1st of December through to the 7th of February, and then at around the end of February next year will be orientation week for semester 1. So we look forward certainly to welcoming you to UQ, and if there are any questions right now, please let Kim know. Otherwise, you can certainly stay in touch with Global Links as you proceed through the application process, as you accept your offer and apply for a visa and book yourself accommodation, etc.
Great. Thanks so much, Stephen. Yeah, thanks so much. That was lovely. I know I definitely always learn a lot from these webinars. Like we kind of said before, we wanted people to kind of save their questions for the end. So any questions that we have, please go ahead and type them into your question box, and we'll go ahead and answer them. We'll give you guys a couple of minutes to think about some things and see what questions you have, but lots of great information. And kind of like Archer said, I think one of the great things is that the University of Queensland, because you are coming so far from home, they will organize your airport transfer. You know, they're really going to help you get settled, and I think they do an excellent job at it. So,
thanks, Amy. You do an excellent job as well. You know, North America is very important for the University of Queensland. Our 4th largest cohort of students are North Americans. And we have more than 7,000 North American alumni. So, and to show our commitment, we've opened an office to broaden that engagement with North America in Washington, D.C. So it's really important that we do these webcasts, and I'm really happy to have a chance to not only to support Global Links in this and the services that we provide, which are amazingly valuable, but also to engage more closely with your students and coming from all parts of Canada and the US.
Great, thank you.
Amazing opportunity to make this day.
Yeah, Archer, I have a question for you. So what trips has NASA organized since you've been a part of it? Where have you gone?
There have been several trips, one to DI. There's been a few intercity trips, I guess you could call them pub crawls, a few barbecues in regional parks and place, and a trip to Byron Bay that took place as well, which is down the border of New South Wales, or just past the border of New South Wales. And another amazing backdrop, a beautiful piece of Australia.
So what's your favorite location thus far?
I love DI. That's the one that was photoed in the slide there. It's just an amazing, isolated beach. You just can't say anything. The water's bathtub warm, and there's no cell phone reception, so you can go out there and you camp. And the other people who go out there on their 4x4s, it just feels a really cool little group of people.
Nice. So do you have a favorite restaurant in Brisbane or near campus?
I'm quite partial to Darwin's. It's a student refact restaurant here on campus.
Nice. So already, guys, you have a great resource. Great. Well, yeah, I mean, can you guys think of any last-minute thoughts? Oh, looks like we have our first question. Sweet. So this question is coming from Chris. So Chris said he will be coming with his wife and 18-month-old daughter. Are there any student groups, associations, resources, etc. for families? Good question.
There's an amazing daycare center located on campus.
Yep, there are three daycare services on campus for staff and students. But under 2, that's really young, so I'm assuming that the little one will be at home. But Brisbane's very family friendly, and so it's very easy to go out. No one looks down at families who bring children to restaurants or going out to different art galleries or things like that. There's always opportunities for children to colouring in, or it's really no effort. And I think it's good that you're coming out now with such a young family. A little bit later on, when it can be quite expensive if you've got to put your children through school here while you're here studying. So it's good that you're taking the advantage now while your little one is really young.
Great. Good question, Chris. Any other questions? Chris says thank you. Okay. Cool. Well, everyone has my email address. It's here on the screen. Kind of take some time to kind of digest everything that we've heard today. And then, Chris has another question. Are there any student groups for rock climbers?
Yes, there's a UQ rock climbing team. They go out to Kangaroo Point, which is another amazing location within the city. They light it up at night. And there's various other colleges who go out there and climb, and they'll have not an official competition, but a good rivalry going on. And it's just another amazing, it's gorgeous. It hangs over the river that cuts through the middle of the city. And it's an amazing location, a good atmosphere there, lots of good rock climbers.
Yep.
I'd say on par with Utah and Moab.
Nice. I'll be going there in a couple of weeks for my vacation. Maybe I'll learn how to rock climb there.
And I would suggest, I don't know if you've done a diving course, but scuba diving here is absolutely sublime.
Yeah. Do a lot of students learn how to surf at UQ, or is that mainly kind of a Gold Coast thing?
There's trips down to the Gold Coast through various clubs. I know whenever we did a trip to a beach, we took surfboards, and there were people who hadn't surfed before. And we always had a few decent surfers who were keen to show and teach. But I'm sure through various different outlets you can learn to surf through the university. But a lot of kids, I'd say, do. And I don't know, it's split. It's 50. So many kids get wrapped up in what's going on here that they often tend to go within the city and stuff. So it depends on the student. If they want, there's definitely a vast open workforce.
Great.
Yeah, Kim, I would say that during the week students are busy.
Right.
I think learning here is quite similar to higher education in the States in terms of, and in Canada, in terms of, you probably expect, depending on the program, but you'll probably expect around 50% of your time is going to be in a tutorial, at a lecture, with, in front of an academic.
Right.
And the other 50%, you're expected to put that in yourself. So outside the classroom. So whether it's at a library or just doing your self-study or your action research, or just your assignments and reviewing and of your program, you don't have that much time. And I think that lends into talking about working. I think a lot of students are interested in working. As soon as they get here, they want to get a job. Money here is really good. As I said, not enough to support yourself. The minimum wage is $15. It's about $15 an hour. It's really good compared to North America.
Yeah.
And that's really attractive for many students. But I would certainly not think about that, at least in your first semester, just to settle down and get used to the academic culture here on campus. We are one of the top universities in the world, and we do want our students to be academically competitive. And I think because you're in such a foreign environment, to get a few, kick a few goals right at the beginning in your first semester is the best way to go. And then when you're feeling a bit more confident, maybe in your second semester here, maybe think about surfing lessons, getting a part-time job in a cafe or related to your area of study.
Yeah, no, I think that's great advice. And Stephen did mention, with your student visa, you can work. So the nice thing is that the Department of Immigration isn't forcing you to work full-time. They really want to make sure that you are taking advantage of your studies and you're doing well in your studies. So you're actually only able to work up to 40 hours every 2 weeks. So students can kind of split that up as they like. But the nice thing is during vacations, you are able to work full-time. So if you want to find a summer job, you can work the full 40 hours a week and kind of save up some money, in between semesters, which seems like a pretty popular thing for students to do.
Yeah. You can also take a summer course load, which is beneficial. The material is challenging yet comforting, but I would recommend it if you're just eager to graduate sooner.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Great. Well, I think we've had a really good session, and thank you both Stephen and Archer for joining us and taking time out of your morning down there in Brisbane. And, we're always here, so feel free to email us, and I'm sure Stephen and Archer are ready to welcome you at the University of Queensland.
Absolutely. Yeah, look forward to it.
Great. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.